So it's 2026, and I want to start off this video by talking about some New Year's resolution stats. So I have it here on my computer. It says about 23% of people quit within the first week of the new year, 64% by the end of the first month, and then roughly 80% of people give up by mid-February, and only around 8 to 10 people successfully complete their New Year's resolutions. Now, I know for a fact that you watching this right now, you go into the new year and you say to yourself, I want to complete this goal. I want to create this good habit. I want to do this and this and this for this year. And you've clicked on the right video, because I'm going to teach you exactly how to create good habits in 2026. And this is coming from someone who used to say to themselves, I'm going to create good habits. I'm going to start eating healthy. I'm going to start going to the gym. But I never actually did it until about 2 years ago. And I was doing it unconsciously without knowing, but I learned about this one concept that I want to teach you today. So I've been reading this book called The Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett, and it's such an amazing book. Now, inside this book, there's a concept called habituation. And to make it very simple, habituation basically means when you do something repeatedly, your brain gets used to it. And then when you get used to it and your brain does it, it just gets normal and it gets used to it. And then everything you do just becomes autopilot. Now, in the book, it gave the example of when Jews were living in these ghettos in the Nazi times, and the Jews got used to how everything was in the ghettos, how bad it was, how Nazis were just killing people on the streets, how people were just sick and laying in their own piss and their own shit, stuff like that, right? People just got so used to everything so quickly. And that's a cool thing about our brain. Our brain gets used to things so easily. I'll give you a personal example of mine. When I was working in the factory in England, I used to work in a factory in England, and at first it was horrible. Like, I remember walking into the factory for the first time and just had this feeling of, I was scared and I didn't know what I was gonna see in there. I literally thought, bro, I'm walking into prison. This is gonna be my life now, seriously? I remember that feeling, and I was so scared. But then after just about 4 days, I got used to it. And then I started working in the factory. I hated it, but I got used to it really quickly. Now, habituation works for good and bad habits. If you're a smoker, you start smoking without even thinking about it, right? If you goon every time you're stressed, you're not even gonna think about it. That's how habituation works. And it also works for good habits. Like, if you just go to the gym a lot, eventually it becomes autopilot. Like brushing your teeth too, it just becomes autopilot. It's something that you do every single day without even thinking about it. And our brain does this because our brain likes to save energy. Our brain doesn't like to think a lot because thinking requires energy, and our brain likes to save energy. So habits eventually become autopilot. Like, think about it at first. The first time you went to the gym, you were like, oh man, I gotta go to the gym. I don't really want to go to the gym. Do I have to? And you sit there for like 20-30 minutes thinking about whether you should go to the gym or not, or what plan to use, or how can I do this in the gym, how does this machine work. You think about all those things, but eventually, as you keep going and going and going, it just becomes autopilot. You don't even think about going anymore. Your body you just leave the door and you go to the gym, and you know exactly what exercise to do and how long and how many reps, how many sets. You just know it. That's habituation. You get used to it. Or nighttime. If you lay on your bed and you scroll on your phone every time you lay down, that's also habituation. Sometimes you go to the bathroom and you have your phone in your pocket, you go for a piss, you pick up your phone and you start scrolling while you're pissing. That's also habituation. You do that every single time without thinking about it. So let me tell you exactly how you can use habituation to your advantage to create good habits this year. So like I said, a lot of people, they have these huge goals of like, yo, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds this year. I'm gonna start eating healthy, stuff like that, right? But the thing is, you don't wanna just go all out with, achieving the big goal straight away. You gotta start slow. You gotta take it day by day. What small thing can you do each day that will help you get closer to your big goal? If you break it down into small steps, it becomes so much easier. It doesn't take as much brain power, and you're more likely to just do it. So for example, if you say, I want to go train 2 hours a day, and you're completely new, you've never trained before, don't go and start training for 2 hours a day. You're gonna most likely not gonna go back to the gym anymore. You can go to the gym and just do 30 minutes. Now, if you stack up these 30 minutes for 5 days a week, then you're gonna start going for an hour every day for a week. Then eventually you build up to that 2 hours, and then habituation takes place, and then you don't even think about it anymore. Whereas the first time you went, you were like, oh, I want to go for 2 hours. No, maybe I'll go for 30 minutes. Maybe I'll do this. What plan should I do? What should I eat? No. That doesn't happen anymore eventually. Habituation takes place, and then you just go and it's autopilot. Because eventually what happens is when habituation takes place, if you don't go to the gym, it's going to start feeling weird. That's exactly what happens in my life now. Like if I don't train, or if I don't at least do some form of exercise, it feels really weird. And that's why it's so easy for me to stick to my habits now, because I've habitualized all my habits. If I don't do them, they feel really weird, and I kind of get grumpy and angry if I don't do my habits. So that's what you want to reach. But the thing is, it's gonna be hard for like the first 2 or 3 weeks. But after this 2 or 3 week period, it just becomes normal. It becomes part of your daily routine, and you don't think about it anymore. That's exactly how you create good habits this year. Don't go all out from the very beginning. Start small. It's gonna take time. Exercise for 30 minutes, and then go 40 minutes, and then go an hour, then an hour and 15, hour 30, hour 45. You get the point. Start small. You don't have to be perfect at first. Perfectionism will destroy you. Just start small. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. That's the main thing. Be persistent even when you feel like quitting, because if you go past that threshold of where you feel like quitting, it just becomes a habit. Or another example I have for you is reading. I used to tell myself all the time, I want to read 50 pages a day. I want to read a book within a week. But that just doesn't work if you've never read before. What I actually started doing was I started reading 10 pages per day. And then that became 20 pages. And then that became, I started reading 30 minutes per day. Sometimes I read an hour a day. Actually, most of the days I read an hour a day now. But I had to start small. At first, I had to force myself to start reading and, fight past the sleepiness when I was reading. But now it's part of my daily life. I feel weird if I don't read. I read every single day, at least 30 minutes a day. But like I said, most days I read an hour. It's because I've habitualized it. Every time I travel somewhere, I'm sitting in a train or I'm in a tram, I just pick up my book and read instead of scrolling. Don't make excuses for yourself. If you have good habits, you have to be persistent. You can't give up. You can't make excuses for yourself. For example, let's use my situation with reading, right? Every time I'm in a tram or I'm in a train, I'm reading. Well, where most people are just sitting there scrolling, I just pick up a book and read. That's like 15 minutes in the tram. It can be an hour in the train or whatever. Just read your book. All these actions that you do, they compound, and it matters because what you choose to do will determine who you become. It's our habits and our actions that determine who we are. It's not what we think we are. It's what we do that determines who we become. So you must be very conscious about what you are doing. Don't create excuses for yourself. Don't say, I don't have time. I can't do this. I can't do that. No, you do have time and you can do it. That's the mindset that you need to have in order to create good habits in 2026. So the main lesson in this video here is not motivation. Don't rely on motivation, but do things repeatedly so that they become part of your daily routine, part of your daily life, and things are just easy when they're habitualized. That's all you have to do to create good habits in 2026. Just remember this line. When you repeat something over and over and over again, your brain accepts it as something normal. So just repeat good habits and then your life will run better on autopilot. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, if you want to leave a comment, just leave a comment down below and I'll get to you. Or if you have any questions, send me a message on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help you. And make sure to subscribe to my channel too, because I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, man. And yeah, leave a like in the video too. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.